Commander Lisa Miller nervously adjusted her uniform as she waited in the large conference room. Today was the day that would change human history forever. After years of sending signals into space, aliens had finally answered. The Galactic Council had deemed Earth ready for first contact, and Lisa had been chosen to lead the welcoming committee. The room was filled with important people, scientists, military officers, and government officials from around the world. They all sat in tense silence, occasionally whispering to each other. Lisa checked her tablet one more time to make sure everything was ready for the meeting. A soft chime sounded, and everyone straightened in their seats. The large doors at the end of the room slid open. 5 strange creatures walked in, each one different from the others. The one in front had 6 limbs, blue skin that seemed to shimmer, and large compound eyes like an insect. This was Ambassador Skathril, the main representative from the Galactic Council. "Welcome to Earth," Lisa said, standing up and giving a small bow. The universal translator on her lapel converted her words into sounds the aliens could understand. "We are honored by your presence." Skathril made a series of clicking and humming noises which the translator converted to English. "The Galactic Council greets Earth. We have watched your progress for many of your years. You are now ready to join the wider community of spacefaring species." The meeting went well for the first hour. They discussed basic information about their different worlds, shared scientific knowledge, and began to establish diplomatic protocols. Lisa felt proud of how smoothly things were going. Maybe this wouldn't be as hard as everyone had feared. During a short break, Lisa checked her messages on her tablet. The screen showed her home page with her favorite background photo, her weekly visit to the tiger sanctuary where she volunteered. In the picture, Lisa sat smiling next to Fluffy, a young tiger cub she had helped rescue from poachers. She didn't notice Ambassador Skathril looking over her shoulder until she heard a high-pitched sound that the translator didn't catch. She turned to see the alien backing away, all 6 limbs trembling. "Is something wrong, Ambassador?" Lisa asked, concerned. The translator crackled to life as Skathril's agitated clicks and hums were processed. "You keep a juvenile apex predator near your body. For pleasure?" Lisa looked down at her tablet screen, confused. "Oh, Fluffy. He's a rescue tiger. I volunteer at the sanctuary that protects endangered big cats. They let me visit him weekly." The room grew silent as the other alien representatives began making their own distressed sounds. The translators struggled to keep up with their rapid speech, but phrases like madness, death wish, and primitive death cult came through clearly. "I don't understand," Lisa said, looking around at the now agitated aliens. "Tigers are endangered on our planet. We protect them. You protect them." Skathril's translator conveyed a tone of complete disbelief. "These creatures could tear your limbs from your body with minimal effort. They are biological killing machines." "Well, yes, they're predators," Lisa explained. "But they're also beautiful animals with an important place in our ecosystem." "Beautiful." Another alien representative joined in, their translator conveying pure confusion. "You find death beautiful." The Earth officials in the room were now exchanging worried glances. What had seemed like a successful first contact was quickly becoming a diplomatic incident. "Ambassador, perhaps there's a cultural misunderstanding," said Dr. Alan Gray, the xenobiologist on Lisa's team. "Humans have evolved alongside Earth's predators for our entire history. We've learned to respect them while also appreciating their aesthetic qualities." "Aesthetic qualities of death machines," Skathril repeated slowly. The alien turned to its colleagues and made a series of rapid gestures. "The Council requires an emergency consultation. This information was not in your broadcast data. We must reassess our contact protocols immediately." As the aliens huddled together on the far side of the room, Lisa realized that humanity's first interstellar diplomatic crisis wasn't about resources, territory, or technology. It was about humans' inexplicable tendency to find deadly predators cute. The meeting room fell into chaos after the aliens' discovery of Lisa's tiger picture. Earth officials tried to calm the situation while the aliens continued their urgent discussion in the corner. Dr. Alan Gray, Earth's top expert on animal biology, was called in to explain things to the Galactic Council. 3 days later, Alan found himself sitting in a much larger room at the newly established alien embassy. The walls glowed with soft blue light, and strange plants that moved on their own filled the corners. In front of him sat 7 aliens from different species, all members of what they called the Safety Commission. Commissioner Vrental, a tall alien with green skin and 4 eyes, stood at the center. Unlike Ambassador Skithrill, this alien had 2 arms and 2 legs, making it look more human-like, except for its eyes and skin color. Dr. Gray, thank you for coming, Vrental said through the translator. We need to understand your species' relationship with Class 5 biological threats. Ellen shifted in his seat. I'm not familiar with your classification system. Vrental touched a device on the table. Suddenly, the air filled with floating images of Earth's predators: lions, tigers, bears, wolves, sharks, crocodiles, and even some venomous snakes and spiders. These are what we call Class 5 survival threats, Vrental explained. Creatures that can easily kill sentient beings. Most advanced civilizations eliminate such threats during their development. Yet your species deliberately preserves them. Alen nodded slowly, beginning to understand the aliens' confusion. On Earth, we believe in maintaining biodiversity. These animals play important roles in their ecosystems. We understand ecological balance, said another alien, this one looking like a blue jellyfish floating in a special suit. But your species goes beyond preservation. You create special facilities to maintain their populations. You make images of them for your homes. You even make soft replicas of them for your young. Ellen smiled. You mean stuffed animals, teddy bears. You create toys of killing machines for your children, Vrental stated flatly. This behavior defies galactic norms. Vrental touched the device again. A new image appeared, a video of a wildlife worker hand-raising a lion cub. This human is training a predator, Vrental said. For what purpose? No, Ellen quickly explained. That cub lost its mother. The human is caring for it until it can be returned to the wild or placed in a sanctuary. The aliens looked at each other in what seemed like confusion. You rescue these creatures, asked the jellyfish alien. Why not let natural selection proceed? Ellen took a deep breath. How could he explain centuries of human conservation efforts? Many of these animals are endangered because of human activities. We feel responsible for protecting them. Responsibility is logical, Vrental agreed. But this does not explain Commander Miller's reaction to the juvenile tiger. She showed affection. Ellen nodded. Yes, humans often find baby animals cute. The room fell silent. The translator seemed to struggle with the word. Cute, repeated Vrental. This word does not translate well. It means visually appealing. Sort of, Alan said. Cute things make us feel good. They trigger care responses. Big eyes, round faces, small bodies. These features make humans want to protect something. Even when that something could kill you, asked a third alien. Well, yes, Alan admitted. It's partly instinct. Baby humans have similar features, so we're wired to respond positively to them. That response extends to baby animals, even predators. The aliens were silent again, longer this time. Finally, Vrental spoke. Your species risks extinction for cute. Ellen laughed, then stopped when he realized the aliens weren't joking. We don't see it as a risk. We understand these animals. We respect them, but we also appreciate their beauty, and yes, sometimes their cuteness. Vrental turned to the other committee members. They made quick gestures to each other that Alan couldn't understand. Dr. Gray, Vrental finally said, the council needs to see these relationships firsthand. We request a visit to one of your animal protection facilities. Ellen felt both worried and excited. A field trip with aliens to a zoo would certainly be interesting. Of course, he replied. I can arrange that right away. Though I should warn you, our animal sanctuaries are full of creatures you might find dangerous, but that we find quite adorable. Vrental's 4 eyes blinked in unison. This should be most educational. The news about aliens learning of humanity's strange relationship with predators spread quickly. In just 1 week, it became the main topic on news shows, social media, and in homes around the world. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council held a special meeting to discuss what they had learned about humans. High Counselor Xanthi sat at the head of a large round table in the main chamber of the Council ship orbiting Earth. Xanthi had 4 arms, purple skin with gold spots, and moved with a grace that made humans look clumsy in comparison. As the leader of the Council, Xanthi had to decide what to do about the human situation. Play the recordings again, Xanthi ordered, mandibles clicking with worry. A large screen appeared in the center of the table. It showed videos of humans interacting with dangerous animals. The council members watched in silence as the screen displayed people getting close to bears, petting tiger cubs, swimming with sharks, and handling snakes. How can any species survive with such poor survival instincts? Asked a counselor named Grip, who looked like a tall, thin lizard. They not only survive, they thrive, replied another counselor. Humans now control their planet. Xanthi raised a hand to silence them. We need more information. Invite the human representative. The doors opened, and Peter Johnson walked in. Peter had been chosen as Earth's first official representative to the Galactic Council. He was a tall man with dark skin and a friendly smile, wearing a blue suit with Earth's new space agency badge. Thank you for inviting me, High Counselor, Peter said with a small bow. Representative Johnson, Xanthi began, we have been studying your species' behaviors. We are concerned. About what? Peter asked. Xanthi pointed to the screen, which now showed a small girl hugging a large dog. You allow your young to embrace predators. Peter looked confused for a moment, then smiled. That's a dog. Dogs have been domesticated for thousands of years. They're loyal companions to humans. Companions? A counselor asked in disbelief. That animal has teeth designed for tearing flesh. Yes, but dogs and humans co-evolved, Peter explained. We bred them to be friendly and helpful. They protect us, help us work, and provide companionship. The council members looked at each other in shock. Xanthi's mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of distress. You intentionally bred predators to live in your homes? Xanthi asked. Peter nodded. Not just dogs. Cats too. They're smaller, but they're also predators. Many humans keep them as pets. The screen changed to show a wildlife rescue team carefully moving a venomous snake from a backyard to a safer location. Why do these humans not kill this poison bearer? Asked Counselor Grip. We try to relocate dangerous animals, not kill them, Peter explained. Many snake species are important for controlling rodent populations, and some people think snakes are beautiful. Beautiful, several counselors said at once. Yes, Peter continued, gaining confidence. Humans have evolved alongside these creatures. We understand their behaviors and respect them. We see beauty in their forms, their movements, even their hunting skills. The council chamber filled with murmurs as the aliens discussed this strange concept. Your world has unusual dangers, Xanthi finally said. Most advanced civilizations eliminate predator species early in their development. It creates safer environments. Peter frowned. That sounds sad. Earth would be much less interesting without our diverse wildlife. Interesting is not safe, countered a counselor. Safety isn't everything, Peter replied. Humans value experiences, beauty, and connection with nature. Yes, some animals are dangerous, but they're also amazing. We learn from them. We admire them. Xanthi stood up, towering over Peter. We need to see more. The council will visit your animal preservation facilities. We need to understand if humans can be trusted with interstellar travel when they willingly share their planet with killing machines. Peter knew this was serious. If the Galactic Council decided humans were too reckless, Earth might be isolated from the galactic community. I'll arrange visits to our best zoos and wildlife sanctuaries, Peter promised. You'll see that our relationship with Earth's predators makes us better, not more dangerous. As Peter left the chamber, he wondered how he could possibly explain to aliens the human concept of looking at a dangerous predator and thinking, I want to pet it. The San Diego Zoo was closed to the public for a special visit. Signs at the entrance told regular visitors to come back tomorrow. Today was for aliens only. Zoo staff rushed around, making sure everything was perfect for the important guests. Susan Porter checked her watch nervously. As the zoo's head marine biologist, she had been chosen to guide one of the alien visitors. Her guest would arrive any minute now. She had studied the brief about alien biology and behaviors, but nothing could have fully prepared her for meeting scientist-observer Krillix. When the alien emerged from the special transport vehicle, Susan tried not to stare. Krillix looked like a mix between an octopus and a deer. It had 6 thin legs, soft purple skin that changed colors slightly as it moved, and 4 eyes that seemed to look in different directions at once. It wore what looked like a breathing apparatus around its neck and carried several small devices. Welcome to the San Diego Zoo, Susan said with a smile. I'm Susan Porter, and I'll be your guide today. Krillix made a series of musical notes that the translator converted to English. I am pleased to observe your animal containment facility. My assignment is to understand why humans maintain predator populations. It's not just a containment facility, Susan explained as they began walking. We focus on conservation, education, and research. Many of these animals are endangered in the wild. They started with the bird exhibits, which Krillix found interesting but not concerning. The problems began when they reached the reptile house. As they stood in front of the python exhibit, Krillix's skin turned a dark blue. This constrictor could easily kill a human, the alien noted. Yet human children are allowed to view it. Susan nodded. Yes, behind safe glass. Children learn about these animals and their importance to ecosystems. Krillix made notes on one of its devices. Does viewing deadly animals not cause trauma in your young? Not at all, Susan replied. Kids are usually fascinated. They love learning about animals. The situation became more tense at the big cat exhibits. A crowd of school children on a special tour had gathered at the lion enclosure. They pressed their faces against the glass, making excited sounds as a lioness groomed her cubs. These juvenile humans, Krillix observed, are they being conditioned for combat with predators? Susan laughed. No, they just think the lion cubs are cute. Kids especially love baby animals. Cute, Krillix repeated, the translator making the word sound strange. This concept continues to confuse the council. The term appears to override basic survival instincts. Susan watched as the alien made more notes. It's not about ignoring danger. We respect these animals' power, but we can appreciate their beauty and importance while keeping safe distances. As they continued the tour, Krillix seemed increasingly disturbed by how the human visitors, especially children, reacted to the predators. The breaking point came at the panda exhibit. This black and white creature, Krillix said, appears harmless with its plant-based diet. Actually, pandas are bears, Susan explained. They have powerful jaws and claws. They mostly eat bamboo now, but they're still quite strong and can be dangerous. As if on cue, a group of children began squealing with delight as a panda rolled playfully with a bamboo stalk. So cute, one child yelled. I want to hug it. Krillix's skin suddenly flashed bright orange, and it began emitting a strange odor. Susan stepped back in surprise as the alien's translator blared a series of warning sounds. Are you okay? Susan asked, concerned. The alien's scent triggered the zoo's newly installed alien-friendly warning systems. Alarms began to sound, and an automated voice announced, Alien distress detected. Please evacuate calmly. Other alien visitors in different parts of the zoo were also reacting strongly to various predator exhibits. 2 had fainted near the tiger enclosure. Another was spinning in rapid circles by the wolf habitat. Zoo staff rushed to help the overwhelmed aliens while human visitors looked on in confusion. In the panda enclosure, the confused animal stopped eating its bamboo and stared at the commotion outside its habitat. Susan tried to calm Krillynx, whose color was slowly returning to normal. "I'm so sorry. We didn't realize the exhibits would cause such distress. Your species allows dangerous creatures near your young because they are cute." Krillynx said slowly, "The council must reconsider human risk assessment capabilities immediately." Susan realized this zoo visit had just created an interstellar incident. How could she explain to aliens that humans thought deadly predators were adorable? The zoo incident made news across Earth and beyond. Videos of aliens having panic attacks at the sight of children cooing over bears and tigers spread quickly. Some people found it funny, but world leaders understood the serious problem they faced. If the Galactic Council decided humans were too reckless to join the interstellar community, Earth would remain isolated. 1 week later, the council called for a special debate. They gathered in a large round room with seats rising up like a bowl. In the center stood 2 platforms, one for those speaking in favor of humans, and one for those against. High Counselor Xanthi called the meeting to order. "Today we debate whether humanity's protection of dangerous species constitutes a threat to interstellar safety. If humans cannot properly assess biological risks, they may bring deadly Earth species to other worlds." Counselor Drath, a tall alien with rocky skin and glowing red eyes, took the platform against humans. "The evidence is clear," Drath said. "Humans display deep psychological problems. They call deadly creatures cute and adorable. They make soft toys of predators for their children. They create entertainment showing these animals as friendly characters. They clearly cannot assess threats properly." The alien played videos from the zoo visit showing children getting excited about lions and bears. "Would you want these irrational beings bringing their dangerous animals to your worlds?" Many council members nodded in agreement. Things looked bad for Earth. Then Dr. Kelly Wood took the platform for humans. Kelly was Earth's top expert on wildlife conservation. She had gray hair pulled back in a simple style and wore the green uniform of the Global Conservation Corps. "Members of the council," Kelly began, "humans haven't survived despite our relationship with predators. We've survived because of it. Living alongside dangerous animals for thousands of years taught us important skills. We learned caution, planning, and respect for nature." Kelly showed images of Earth's ecosystems. "Our planet's health depends on complex relationships between all creatures. Predators control prey populations. They keep ecosystems balanced." Counselor Drath interrupted. "We understand ecological balance. What we don't understand is why you create special places for your young to observe these killers. You display their images in your homes." Kelly nodded. "Yes, because these animals are important to us culturally and scientifically. They inspire us. They teach us about strength, grace, and survival." "The young humans at your zoo said they wanted to hug a bear," another counselor pointed out. "This is not respect. It's dangerous foolishness. Children need to learn about animals," Kelly explained patiently. "Yes, they often find predators cute, especially babies. But our education teaches them proper respect and safety too." The debate continued for hours. Kelly tried to explain concepts like conservation, biodiversity, and ecological balance. The aliens understood the science but couldn't accept the emotional side of humanity's connection to predators. "Your species keeps smaller versions of predators in your homes," Counselor Drath said, showing images of cats and dogs. "You let them sleep in your beds." "Domesticated animals have been our companions for thousands of years," Kelly replied. "Dogs helped us hunt and protected our homes. Cats kept disease-carrying rodents away. These relationships helped both species survive. The humans appear to have a psychological defect, Counselor Drath announced to the council. Their risk assessment is compromised by aesthetic appreciation. I propose Earth be quarantined until humans develop appropriate fear responses. Several counselors nodded in agreement. Kelly felt her heart sink. How could she make them understand something so basic to human nature? That finding beauty in powerful, even dangerous animals was part of what made humans special. Just as things seemed hopeless, the doors to the chamber burst open. Junior Ambassador Kevin Martinez rushed in, followed by a group of alien scientists, all looking very excited. "High Counselor," Kevin called out, lightly out of breath. "We've made an important discovery that changes everything." Xanthi looked annoyed at the interruption, but nodded. "Speak quickly, human." Kevin smiled and gestured to the alien scientists behind him. "We found something you need to see." Everyone in the council chamber stared at Kevin Martinez and the excited group of alien scientists behind him. Kevin was a junior ambassador who had been giving informal tours of Earth's wildlife to curious aliens while the official meetings took place. "What is the meaning of this interruption?" High Counselor Xanthi asked, clearly annoyed. Kevin stepped forward, tablet in hand. "High Counselor, while the council has been debating, some of us have been conducting informal science sessions. We've been showing Earth's wildlife documentaries to various species representatives. This is hardly the time for entertainment," Counselor Drath said dismissively. "It's not entertainment. It's research," Kevin insisted. "And we've discovered something unexpected." He nodded to one of the alien scientists. This was Dr. Ziv, a small blue alien with 4 arms and large, sensitive eyes. Ziv stepped forward nervously. "Esteemed Council," Ziv began, "my species is known for our logical approach and lack of emotional responses to visual stimuli. We evolved on a world with few predators, and our civilization eliminated the remaining threats thousands of years ago." Ziv connected a device to the main display system. The screen showed a group of aliens watching videos of baby Earth animals: wolf pups, tiger cubs, bear cubs, and lion cubs. "We expected subjects to show fear or disgust when viewing these predator young," Ziv explained. "Instead, we recorded these responses. The video showed alien observers leaning closer to the screens. Some were making soft sounds. Others were reaching out as if to touch the images. One was asking to see the small deadly felines again. 3 different species, previously thought to lack emotional responses to visual stimuli, began exhibiting attachment behaviors," Ziv reported. "They used words in their own languages that match what humans call cute or adorable." The council chamber filled with murmurs of surprise. Xanthi's mandibles clicked rapidly. "Is this some kind of human trick?" Drath demanded. Dr. Liz Taylor, a human xenopsychologist who had been working with the alien scientists, stepped forward. "Not at all, Counselor. We've been documenting these responses carefully. It appears the cuteness response isn't uniquely human." She displayed brain scans of both humans and aliens viewing the same images of baby animals. The patterns of neural activation are remarkably similar across species when properly exposed to certain visual features: large eyes, rounded faces, small bodies, and clumsy movements. Several alien species show reactions similar to humans. Another alien scientist, this one tall with feathers and a beak-like mouth, added, "Most advanced species in the council eliminated predators from their worlds long ago. Our worlds became safer, but perhaps we lost something in the process." The data scrolled across the main screen: charts, graphs, and more brain scans. The evidence was clear. The cuteness response was not a human defect, but a biological response that many species shared, even if they had forgotten it over time. "Our preliminary hypothesis," Liz explained, "is that this response may have evolved as a way to ensure adults protect and care for their young. In humans, it extended to the young of other species, even potentially dangerous ones." Xanthi studied the data carefully. "This is unexpected," You're suggesting that humans haven't lost a natural fear response. Rather, many council species have lost a natural care response. Exactly, Kevin said eagerly. Humans didn't develop a strange fascination with predators. We just never lost the ability to see beauty and cuteness in all kinds of creatures. The council chamber was quiet as the members considered this new information. Many were looking at the images of baby animals with new interest, some even tilting their heads in the universal sign of finding something appealing. Dr. Ziv added one final piece of data. Most importantly, in controlled settings, 3 council species have now successfully interacted with Earth's domesticated predators, dogs and cats, without fear, once they understood how to approach them safely. A small video showed an alien carefully petting a golden retriever, the alien's color changing to a peaceful blue as the dog wagged its tail. Xanthi turned to Drath. It seems the issue is more complex than we first thought. Drath looked unhappy but nodded slowly. Perhaps a reassessment is needed. Kevin and Liz exchanged hopeful glances. The question was no longer whether humans were defective for protecting dangerous animals. Now the council had to consider whether other species had lost something valuable in their rush toward perfect safety. 6 months after what humans now called the cuteness crisis, Earth was a very different place. Spaceships from across the galaxy regularly visited. Alien tourists lined up to see Earth's amazing wildlife. And Admiral John Rivera stood before the Galactic Council, still amazed by how much had changed. John was a tall man with gray hair at his temples and a friendly face that made him perfect for his new job. He wore the green and blue uniform of the newly formed Interstellar Conservation Initiative. The Council had surprised everyone by creating this program and asking humans to lead it. Admiral Rivera, High Counselor Xanthi said, "Please update the Council on the initiative's progress." John stepped forward confidently. "Thank you, High Counselor. I'm pleased to report that the first interspecies conservation park has opened on Earth. We've welcomed visitors from 27 different worlds in the first month alone." The main screen showed images of the new park. It had special viewing areas designed for different alien biologies. Some needed different air mixtures. Others required different gravity levels. All of them could safely observe Earth's wildlife from these special areas. The most popular exhibit is the nursery, John continued with a smile. Visitors can observe juvenile predators from safe distances. The screen showed alien visitors watching tiger cubs playing. The aliens were displaying signs of what scientists now call the cross-species cuteness response. Some changed colors. Others made soft sounds. All showed the universal signs of finding something adorable. More importantly, John added, "We've begun the first surveys of other worlds to identify lost species that might be reintroduced safely. 3 council worlds have already requested help restoring predator species that were eliminated centuries ago." Xanthi's mandibles clicked in what John now recognized as approval. The council recognizes that ecological balance requires all parts of the system, including the parts with sharp teeth. There was light laughter around the chamber. John was surprised at how quickly attitudes had changed. Councillor Drath, once so opposed to humans, spoke next. "I must acknowledge that my assessment of humans was incomplete. Your species' ability to form emotional attachments to creatures that could harm you has preserved biological diversity that many worlds, including my own, have lost." Drath touched a control panel, and the screen showed a small predator that looked like a mix between a cat and a lizard. "This species once kept the rodent population in balance on my world. We thought them dangerous and eliminated them. Now our artificial controls are failing. Perhaps we were too hasty." John nodded respectfully. The initiative is already studying how we might safely reintroduce them. After the meeting, John walked with Dr. Liz Taylor through the Earth Embassy. Large windows showed the curve of Earth below them. The space station had become the center for interstellar diplomacy. "Did you ever imagine we'd be teaching aliens to appreciate dangerous animals?" John asked. Liz smiled. "It's more than that. We're helping them reconnect with something they lost. The ability to see beauty and power, to find wonder in the wild, to understand that safe isn't always better. They stopped at a large enclosure where an Earth cat named Mittens was allowing curious alien scientists to carefully pet her. The cat purred loudly, enjoying the attention. Who would have thought? John laughed. Humanity's place in the galaxy wasn't secured by our technology or weapons. No, Liz agreed. It was secured by our ability to look at a deadly predator and say, "Aw, it's so cute." On the main viewing deck, a group of alien children from 5 different worlds watched in wonder as a human child showed them pictures of baby animals on her tablet. "This is a baby lion," the girl explained. "They're very dangerous when they grow up, but they're so fluffy and cute when they're little." The alien children leaned in closer, their various eyes, sensory organs, and appendages focused intently on the images. One small blue alien touched the screen gently and made a soft trilling sound that needed no translation. Some things, it seemed, were universal after all. Beyond the viewing windows, Earth turned slowly, a blue jewel in space, home to humanity and their dangerous, beautiful, and undeniably cute animal friends.